Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Perez, Drescher, on the gate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to On the Gate Podcast. Derek Drescher, Geo Perez, Puerto Rican rabbi, Poppy Choppy G's. How you doing today, Pop?
Good. I try to beat the intro with switching the chairs. That one's broken.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything. Who cares? Who cares? The show's going down the motherfucking drain.
It ruins the magic of the show.
We will stay with the ship until it sinks. Two wonderful guests today from No Need for Apologies, comedian, screenwriter, author, Dave Temple, everybody.
What up, y'all? What up?
What up?
And a new face here at On the Gate, a reformed member and former chairman of the New Hampshire chapter of the Aryan Brotherhood, Billy Hockman, everybody.
I thought you were going to go fraternity.
No, I thought this would be good to have.
Anytime you start off reformed, you go like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
No, very funny comedian, Billy Hockman. You have a podcast with
Yeah.
Clyde Mack. What's it, The Adventures of Billy and Clyde? Is that,
Correct.
That's what a good fucking name. Happy to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Happy to have you
Thanks
here.
for having me.
We are still in Gay History Month.
Yeah.
Now, Dave,
Wait a minute, hold on, because there's a new one. Do you know about the new one? Because last time I was on
men's
here,
mental health.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
yeah,
We talked about it last week.
June is
Yeah.
Men's Mental Health
And
Month.
gay history.
Well, yeah. I mean, one
Yeah,
definitely
that's
led to
perfect.
the other, huh? I don't know which one, but you know.
Dave, what would you say? And if you feel like you can't answer this, that's fine. If you can, great. And we'll do it with both of you. What would you say the gayest thing about you is?
Now
Yeah.
it's like my self-care routine. It feels gay to me because I never had that.
I thought you were going to be like the way I sit.
Yeah, like this kind of shit. I never used to do this kind of shit.
I do that too.
Yeah, now that I started working on my flexibility, and it's crazy because
Yeah, it's good
sitting
for
like
you.
this,
Yeah.
I'm received completely different.
Yo.
Yes.
Like I used to be one of these guys. I'd be on a train like this. Like this is always my sitting energy. If I used to wait at open mics like this, and I didn't realize like people are looking like, yo, what the fuck is up with that guy? You know what I mean?
A
And I
girl
didn't
told me
realize.
one time when I was sitting like that, she's like, I love it because it means you're listening to me.
Yeah.
It's a yeah.
So that's
it's a
all I got to
gentleman's-
do to
it's a
make my girl
gentleman's
think
way to
I'm
sit.
listening to her?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cross your legs,
Absolutely.
bitch.
Dude, not even just anybody. You go to a bank when they start talking in fucking circles, anywhere where people need to talk to you and you got to sit through some bullshit.
Yep.
You can sit like this.
So it's an offensive, defensive position
Right.
instead of
Yeah, because this
It's
screams.
a make them come to you.
Yeah. Sitting in like this, it screams, I'm looking for the bullshit in what you're talking about.
now, Dave. Since you sit like that sometimes now, and you're one of the you're one of the smartest people I know.
Thank you.
Do you ever feel like certain white people see you as a dangerous black?
You know, I used to think so. I don't.
Sorry, Billy.
Well,
Yeah, I don't worry
Accord-
about it anymore.
Sorry, according to Mr. AIDS Bag, Dave is a good black.
Yeah. I think that's starting to come through. I think
AIDS bag?
white people
Mr. AIDS Bag.
are starting to, and it's always the worst white people that are like, no, he's good. And I'm like, hey, if you could not be the person to introduce me, that would be great. Is there a white man who sits like this? That might be able to.
Oh, I'm gonna start.
Nah, I used to feel that way, and now I've lost worrying about it.
Right.
But it is funny. I last week I was listening to like old Patrice archives on Opie and Anthony, and they actually broke that down one day. It was funny. Opie tried to go like Patrice was one of the most intimidating comics they ever had on the show when he first started, and it was funny because Anthony was like, "No, that's not true," and then they kind of broke it down like, "No, Nick DiPaolo's probably the most intimidating person," but it was weird watching like Opie trying to pin Patrice being the most intimidating comic.
he's
that
the
they
biggest,
have on it.
blackest.
Exactly.
Right.
And you would have think Cumia would have been the one that was like.
Well, he's the
nah,
one walking
Patrice
around with a
Well,
fucking
he's walking
gun.
around with fucking 50 cal on his hip, so nobody's intimidated to him.
Now, William, gayest thing about you? Shoot.
I seek views. Like I seek a good view a little too much, I think.
What, like on social media?
No, I know
No, like
exactly
if
what
I'm
you're
out
talking
in
about.
nature,
Yep.
like I'll veer off
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get to
You
the
want to
highest
see a
peak.
sunset, a
Yep.
rainbow.
If I go on a hike,
a
I'm always
river.
like,
Bruh,
yeah.
you understand how hard it was
Trying
to
to
go
take a
tell
picture.
Derek and them, leave me the fuck alone. I'm going to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
We were in Paris and they were just teasing everything, and I'm
They're
like,
like,
hey,
yo, what happened to
I
Dave,
don't want to
man?
hear shit. I'm getting in this line. I'm going to the top of the Eiffel Tower. You don't have to go with me. Fuck it. But do not stand in this line with me bitching and complaining and making fun of this shit.
I feel like it never works too. Like when I'm there, I'm at the top and I'm looking down and I'm seeing the beautiful view. I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be feeling something, but it doesn't.
Oh, you're looking to see if you're alive.
Yeah.
I got
It's
you.
numb.
Wait,
It's just numb in that
good views
voice.
have you seen that did nothing for you?
Well, like I was just out west and like looking at the red mountains all through like Utah and Arizona. It does it for like 2 seconds. Then I'm like, all right, I get it.
Shit,
see
yeah.
it.
Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
I was just out there. It's
Were you
just
on
a
drugs
million-
when you went?
it's
You're
just a
supposed to be on
million of the
drugs
same tree.
when you do that.
I feel like that ruins it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mess, yeah.
All right.
You know?
So the gayest thing about you like views.
Yeah.
Okay.
Views from the 6.
What's the gayest thing about you, Derek?
Oh God, so many. There's so many things that are gay about me now. Comedy is one.
The butt sex?
But sex, that's
the
the least
gayest
gayest
thing.
thing. That's the least gayest thing. I was doing dishes today, like in my fucking slippers, man. That felt
Oh yeah,
very
I
not
do
good to
dishes
me.
and I use gloves now when I do dishes.
The yellow ones.
Yeah.
yellow rubber
Well, here's the
ones.
sad part. They my ladies, so sometimes they're like ladybug print. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mad tight on your hand.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
You guys wear gloves in the winter?
I do.
I've always said that's a gay move.
Yeah,
no matter
it was
what.
gay until I
do.
got like a good pair that actually do the shit on the phone and everything. And I'm like,
yeah.
I barely wear a winter coat in the wintertime.
Yeah,
I wear like a
attaboy.
hoodie and then like a fall jacket.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even get a winter
Yeah,
coat.
I don't usually wear a winter coat. I wear a vest with a hoodie. That's how I
Yeah.
roll. I like to have my arms free,
Sure.
just in case some shit pops.
No,
off.
you know
what
what
I
is the
mean?
gayest thing about, like, remember those North Faces? They still got them where the pockets are right up here, but it's mad comfortable. I feel like that's the gayest shit.
walking around like a little chick.
Yeah,
Oh, bro.
Like, you should
Like
just
a
be
kangaroo.
jumping.
Like if you ask
like
your boy for
Meek
something
Mills.
and he pulls it from here,
Yeah.
oh, it's right here.
Yeah.
Want to smoke?
Oh yeah, this is gay too. I
the
call
letter and
this
the other
a
one?
purse.
Nah.
My girl has to tell me all the time, stop calling it a purse. And I'm like, no, it's a fucking purse. It's gay,
Right.
but it's so convenient that I roll with it now. You know what I mean?
Well, we
It's
used
a
to
fanny
have
pack.
we used to have a friend that used to keep a gun in one.
Yeah,
So
right, but
take the
we'll-
gayness right out of it.
I don't
That's
know
all
about that.
all
I
I can
need
make
to
it
talk
even
about
gayer.
It was a pink
No,
gun.
I was about to say,
If you
I was
pull
gonna-
some motherfucking cocoa butter out of there, bro.
He pulls out a pink taser.
I was gonna pull a banana out, but the race
Whoa.
said, no sir, no sir.
Oh, they already started with the memes.
No, sir. Nah, I fucked around and ate a piece of chicken once live backstage on at City Winery. That fucking thing shows up in the Racist Live
screenshot.
chat all
Well, bro,
the fucking time.
One of the funniest things I ever watched, it's definitely in my top 10, had me fucking howling. Paco brought in, like, you guys couldn't see what it was, and you
Oh,
had to put
yeah.
your hands in the box.
Yeah.
So he brought in a 2-piece with a biscuit. And Dave puts his hand in, and Derek's like, what the fuck is that? And then Dave goes, oh.
Yeah, I
He
was
goes,
mad.
"Oh,"
I
he
knew
goes,
it.
He goes, this racist. And Derek
'Cause I
goes,
got
"What
it
is
so
He
fast."
goes, bro, that's a 2-piece with a biscuit. And that's exactly
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck it was.
It was a 2-piece.
I mean, chicken is delicious.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, what?
I love chicken.
Okay.
That's not a bad state. Like, it's
I
like
will
when
say
there's-
this.
Jews love money. Yeah, money's good.
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
say
it's just
this
a bunch
though.
of quarters.
2-piece, that's a gay meal. That was also my take on that thing.
Yeah.
Man's supposed to have a 3-piece, even
For
if
sure.
you can't finish it all.
Yeah, that's
Order
a child's
3-piece.
meal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who the fuck eats 2 pieces of chicken?
Gay dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
That's why they're in
for
such
you, one for your
immaculate
boyfriend.
shape.
Homosexuals, 100%.
They're about to get fucked in the ass and they don't want a full stomach.
Either way.
Yeah, they don't want to get clogged.
What do you think is the most homosexual thing about you, my friend Geo? My good buddy.
I think just my body type. I just have like a gay body
You
type.
do, actually.
Yeah, I
You
can't
do.
help it.
Like, if I seen you out there with a Speedo, I'd be like, yeah, he's fucking...
Yeah.
I would never wear a Speedo.
Twink.
He's a twink.
Twink, yeah.
A Peter Puffer.
Some Allie Mae, she had took a picture of me. She posted. She's like the thing. The caption was "Post a twink for Pride Month."
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, she was right on the ball about that.
and then I responded. I like reposted it and wrote, "Allie's pussy smells like the Palestinian genocide." And she replied, she's like, "What the fuck, dude?" I was like, "Yo, I thought we were joking around." I didn't know we were going.
Geo Perez doesn't push the envelope. He fucking smacks you in the face with it. That's just what He does.
It smelled like that.
And I feel like
Speaking
you will
of the,
continue to do it until it helps you out somehow. But
Speaking of the Palestine
Until I
genocide,
fill up.
Yeah.
I just want to send a shout out to everybody who's posting stickers and writing on walls.
Oh, bro, I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy.
You guys
for
are
your
getting
service.
it done, bro.
And you also said something before too, which kind of coincides with this. You know, the Puerto Rican Day Parade was yesterday. And I just wrote the note, talk about oppressive history. Now,
Did they break their sexual harassment record?
I think so. I think they had about 45 gropes. Maybe 25
Is it
rapes
still like
yesterday.
that,
No,
dude? I know
Nah,
Puerto Ricans.
they had a bad year.
Yeah,
They
no
had a bad
disrespect. Puerto Ricans kind of got soft, man. Like once y'all started wearing glasses, I knew it was over. You know what I mean? Like,
So
once they started caring about their vision, like what?
Yeah. Like, why you not carrying around a snake around?
Yeah.
Where's the snake in the leather vest
That's
with-
Sergio Chacon.
with 30,000 pins on it?
So yeah, this is what it. So before you were talking about them trying to pin the scariest, you know, on
Patrice,
Patrice and all that, but oppressive history, right? I really feel personally, you know, being, you know, having Puerto Rican culture and Jewish culture, to continue to go back and harp on like what happened doesn't actually make you stronger.
Right, it's
How
not
do
good for
you how do you feel about that?
I feel exactly the same way. It's over. You can't keep dwelling in the past, especially complaining about it. I actually learned this. This is scientific. Bitching or listening to somebody bitch about something for more than 27 minutes causes brain damage.
Right.
So it's just like that's all you're doing when you keep reliving history and complaining about whatever was done to your people hundreds of years ago. Right. And that goes for everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
I love that.
Especially the Jews and the blacks. You guys,
The biggest
Two-
crybaby.
Right.
The
Now,
two biggest crybabies.
now the Indians are on board.
Yeah.
The Chinese are on board. You're teaching everyone to complain.
Right. So, and I got to a fight with Sergio Chacon about this. Puerto Rican Day Parade was yesterday. You know, he posted some shit. There was this guy, Puerto Rican guy, he's like, just always remember you are second-class citizens. And the logic to me is like, why the fuck would I want to? Why would anybody want to remember you're a loser?
Yeah.
Remember that. All right. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It seems stupid, if anything. I feel like there's a bunch of guys who are upset they weren't born during like the proper time in history and were not able to partake in the malice or whatever revolutions that happened.
Well,
And
before,
that's our
like-
fault. That's our fault. Anybody, I'm gonna tell you this. Anybody who's ever been through trauma, if you look at somebody who's younger than you or who hasn't been through a fraction of what you've been through hardship wise and you tease them for that, that's why they like that.
Right.
That's why they like that, because we don't validate none of the youth unless they've been through something just as crazy. So then they go out there and crash out trying to prove themselves to us.
And now
it's
they
like,
got their own trauma too.
Right. But they go out looking for the shit.
For
You know what I
nonsense.
mean?
Well, so that was the thing. Like the whole like the FALN, that old Puerto Rican terrorist group. You know, they bombed a bunch of shit, locked some guys up, and some women too. But out of that came like the Nietas, came the Latin Kings, and just a bunch of young kids who got sucked into.
But that's how most gangs started.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, like
revolutionary
Crips,
speech.
Which is
Crips and
funny.
Bloods were like branched off of the Black
Bill, you
Panther.
can hop in here anytime.
I was
you
going to
want.
say, as a white guy,
As
I am
every
loving this
nation
conversation.
started because
you guys should all get over it. I agree.
As Billy 5'9" Brim over here. Tell us the origin.
Young Billy Blood.
I imagine
most
if I
of those,
cut
like-
Dave off and was like, "Can I jump in here?"
I just have something to say to a few of the men in this room. Yeah. What do you say on Family Guy? It is your fault.
So what are you
Yeah,
saying?
most of those like the Bloods and all that stuff started from the Black Panthers. Like most of the parents either getting strung out on dope or going to jail. So their kids are the ones that started the gangs.
Right.
Because they had no leadership. Before that, they had the Black Panthers like, yo, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to help each other out. And then as soon as they took all those guys out, it just went to, there was like a vacuum.
Yeah. You know who I truly feel bad for? Like New York kid, any New York kid that grew up around someone who was involved in the music biz in like the 90s or the 2000s, especially if they were a kid that was in music videos, not even like featured, but just around. They grew up in the essence of old New York, and then their parents got money and moved to Connecticut or
Westchester,
Jersey or something. But they are their identity is
It's still that.
and
Yeah.
they're trying so hard to get back to it, and you go like, damn, bro, you realize you're fucking your kids up by exposing them to that shit because then you get tired of it. You get old, and you're like,
That's
I'm
what
outta
happened to
here.
me.
Right.
You guys all from New York?
Yeah.
Those two are.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
also
from Philly.
Yeah, Philly, East Coast. Where are you from?
Jersey.
Oh, you're from Jersey.
What part?
North Jersey. Morristown?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Morristown.
Yes, sir.
I know Morristown. I used to rob.
Yeah,
houses
did your
out there.
parents
But-
work in the city?
No.
Like, but see, that's the thing. Like, do
Suburbs.
y'all feel that like same thing too? Do you like in the suburbs where you are? Were there any white kids that were like, "Yeah, I'm from New York. I go to New York all the time. My cousins are in New York." You know what I mean? They,
No, I mean,
Those people exist.
those
Yeah,
people.
I was that person when I moved to Long Island. I was like, yo,
for
this
sure.
shit is whack. Yo,
I'm going back to Yonkers.
Yo, I'm going back. And I was
like,
like 14, and I already gravitated to that lifestyle because I
Yeah.
saw it as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, my mom used to whoop my ass because she'll catch me like that. I used to hang out with the drug dealers. Not hang out, like, I just hang around them and just like listening to them. And then my mama found out and whooped my ass in front of them.
Yeah.
And then I kept going back to like, yo, shorty, get the fuck away from here before your mom.
You're making
you know
it
what I mean?
hot for us.
You're making it hot for
Yeah.
us
Yeah,
rather
yeah,
than,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
we don't beat your mom up.
Moms be wildin'. Moms don't play by no fucking rules when it comes to their baby, and it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
It is really embarrassing
And dangerous.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it could have been the wrong person. They could have just told to shut the fuck up.
Well,
or
that's the
some
thing.
shit.
And once they hit that, but they're gonna find some other guy. Like women, that's the one thing. They'll never stop.
Yeah.
They'll never just like if a drug dealer goes like, "Hey, bitch, get the fuck off my corner." That's not over.
No.
She's gonna go find some other guy to come back, and some guy is gonna, "Hey, you put your hands on that woman."
I like how you snuck that slap in there.
yeah.
Soft one.
Because you thought it was over. It was
Yeah.
nice and simple. And it's all it got to be is a little simple one
Yeah.
for her to go,
You can't hit him with your whole back of your hand. You got to hit him just at the tip.
Lloyd Banks had a song, and he told the story so well. It was the last song on his first album, how there was this girl hanging out in the park, and some flashy drug dealer dude just walked up behind her and and put his hands on her hips and kind of grinded on her, and she bugged out and was like, fucking, I'm gonna get my family, they'll be back here in a minute. And then they went back and killed him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because those little events set off a chain reaction.
That's the other thing that's terrible, man. Like when women come to you to be like, this guy did something to me, and you go like, so I'm supposed to throw away my life and freedom because
Yeah.
you was in the wrong place at the wrong time? What are you doing down in that corner, lady? You know it's not safe.
I see about 2-3 of those videos every night on
Right?
Instagram. And
But my son was down there. Leave him. He's a problem. He wants to be down there.
yeah, yeah.
There were definitely
He'll find his way home.
there were white kids in the suburbs.
Say it. They wanted to be.
Well, they would just be like, "My uncle's from New York. I'll fuck you up." And you're like,
Oh, yeah, that
like
shit.
they're born and raised,
Yeah,
right where
yeah.
I'm from.
Yeah.
But New York has such a thing to it where, like, that's like a thing people say right before they fight. I'm from New York, and you're like,
Well,
Yeah, remember
in
that video?
South Jersey, we used to get a lot of. There was a lot of Italian kids that moved from South Philly. Their families
Yeah,
would move from
yeah.
South Philly to
The-
South
yeah, yeah,
Jersey.
the wife beater
and they
Italians,
all had that. I'm mobbed up. They all try to act like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
connected, and it's like, no, you're not. Your parents have a funeral home.
Yeah. They own an
And-
Italian
yeah,
restaurant.
You're so
Get the
far.
fuck
You're
outta
so
here.
far from being connected.
if you got to say something before you fight, like, you're not that tough
Yeah.
for that thing. You know what I
It's
mean?
just like, yo, I'm
fight.
from New York, and the reaction, but oh, never mind.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
My bad.
Yeah. I yell now though before I fight.
Dog that bark don't bite.
Yeah,
That's
I
because
know.
you're old, though.
Yeah.
You're trying to get
Oh
out.
no,
of it.
that's not.
trying to get out of
I'd
it.
rather yell.
the pain train.
Yo, y'all remember that video?
cruising for a bruise.
Yeah.
You remember that video where the dude he was like somewhere down south. I forget where he was. But he's like, yo, I'm from New York.
Yeah.
I'm from New York. And then next thing you know, the video cuts and he's laying on the floor like
I will give him his
half
props
awake.
because he was by himself screaming like that.
yeah.
I had a cousin like that was out of his mind and would go up against anybody by himself, and it was scary. It was scary.
Is he
being-
still here?
Yeah.
You don't even know.
I don't. I got away from him, bro. I got like my mom. He was one of them cousins my mom never wanted me hanging out with, right? We lived 4 houses from each other, and he was always on the corner, always on the corner. So I couldn't get off the block really without running into him,
Right.
And he was like definitely about that life, but he was one of those people that he would take a lot of losses, and it didn't seem to affect him
At all.
He would get beat up a lot. I've seen this guy get hit with guns. I've seen him get hit with bats. I've seen him get his windshield busted. I've seen him get his car firebombed, and he still comes outside every day.
That
10
sounds
toes
like
the
me
fuck
except for
down.
the firebomb.
Right. He was the
That
first.
will change your life. You'd be like, yeah, all right,
I
I'm out.
got hit with a gun. I got hit with a bat.
Bruh,
Fucking,
and I'm telling you, and he is the epitome of Black Air Force One energy to me. He was the first guy I knew that was wearing black Air Force Ones busted open like he was fresh. You know what I mean? Like and
Fucking
he was
heel coming off the back.
Right. And I never forget my last time kind of hanging out with him where I knew, oh, this dude is crazy, because he would make me drive him around.
Yeah.
And we would just go to some of the worst neighborhoods in Philly, and he would pull up acting like he knew people. And I wasn't 100% sure. Some of these places, I'm like, I'm not getting out of the fucking car.
Yeah.
But he would get in the shit or get out of the car and argue with people, and then like people would be like, yo, man, you need to stop coming around here before we fucking, what?
Yeah.
What? You know, my cousin's sitting right there with the Mac under the seat, right? And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, a Big Mac. We just went to McDonald's.
He has his Mac Pro.
It's in his fanny pack.
It's my laptop.
My cousin's got a Mac in his fanny pack.
Wait, did I say Mac? I meant pack.
He just shows him a laptop. He's like, so my MacBook.
Yeah. I will say the best thing that he taught me, though, the best thing he taught me was how to maneuver in the streets like car wise, especially if you are going to be driving for somebody like that.
Right.
As far as always keeping the car in drive or in neutral.
Yeah, never putting
put
that shit in
yourself in a
brake.
park spot. Never let nobody pull up at you at the light. Like, he was highly paranoid, and he put a lot of that shit into me. But yeah, that shit. He wouldn't even let us laugh when we got high. Like, dude, I never forget
What the fuck?
one time he pulled a fucking he pulled a machete out and grabbed this kid Dane and put it to his throat because they was giggling while he was high.
How
He's like,
Dominican
"Yeah,
of
that
him.
shit is-"
How Dominican of him.
Dominican?
Yeah. That's a very, very... So your cousin sounded like he was 100% 730.
He might have been, and his dad definitely did that to him, man. His dad was nuts, man.
Tell
that
Billy
mean?
what 730 means.
Oh,
It's,
730.
I've been lost for the last 5 minutes.
It's the
EDP.
yeah, it's the legal code for crazy.
Yeah, emotionally
You
disturbed
can be
person.
put
It's a
into
co-
a hospital.
Yeah, it's called the
check
730 test.
Yeah.
So they just see if you could if you're fit for trial.
72 hours, and was it Mount Sinai? What's the other fucking place they send motherfuckers out over here? What's the other-
I wasn't crazy enough to get away with the mental shit.
them. Yeah.
I tried once, but
Oh, did you really?
it didn't work
I was
in my
gonna-
favor. I ended up just staying fucking in a mental institution for 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
so
then-
it worked.
No, because I asked the lawyer. I was like, "Yo, does this count towards any of
Time
my
No.
time?"
Nope.
They're like, "No." So I'm like, "Yo, I'm not crazy anymore.
Right,
I'm
right.
healed. Send me to jail. Get me the fuck
Horrible.
out of here. I want to start calculating my
He
time."
said, I can't play
gonna
cards
start
with these
accumulating.
people.
Yeah, I know.
No, dude. One of the
Motherfuckers-
nurses did.
This motherfucker ate the big Joker and the little Joker.
Dude, there was I used to play chess with this nurse who was fucking
Ooh, chess. Good
disgusting.
segue, Pop. Keep
Disgusting,
talking.
bro. Like that's when I started getting into chess. That was before I did the bid, where I was playing like 30 games a day.
Yeah.
And that same board that I played with you, it was that same one.
Okay.
So like every time I see that, I get like flashbacks.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to
yeah.
get rid of that board and get a new board.
No, it's not the same one.
Oh,
It's
It's the
same
same one,
type, but not
same
B1.
type.
Yeah, yeah,
Same.
yeah.
Is that what they do in the mental? They play a lot of chess.
they play,
you
and
do
even
it.
in
A lot of
jail, in
people don't.
prison, the people play a lot of
Yeah?
chess. Yes.
There was more people in jail than the mentors.
I think a lot of chess players go crazy, right? Like
lot of them
Bobby
are
Fischer. You
crazy.
guys
Yeah,
know
Well,
about
I
Bobby
understand.
Fischer?
Not just Bobby Fischer, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
That
Well,
go. They.
the thing with Bobby Fischer, they were saying he basically was exposing what the match was between him and the Russian guy. He was like, "Yo, it was just a distraction."
He's also an underachiever.
There was
Bobby Fischer.
like it was like the government planned that. Like that was planned, and he was exposing that shit. And they're like, "Oh, this guy's
Yeah.
fucking insane."
No, I think he started.
He was
off,
crazy.
He started
but-
off on the right foot. I think.
Yeah.
for sure, and then
But
he
then
went
he-
underground with Lawrence
Did
Fishburne.
you ever see that video where he called in to like a newscast on 9/11?
No.
He was like, "This is my favorite day ever. America got what it deserved."
Are you fucking serious?
Oh, he went way, way.
You
good
think
guy.
that's
Way off
because of the government pushing on him when he was a kid? I feel like you would know about
'cause
this.
You get that like
Yeah.
paranoid brain. Maybe
He
he was.
realized
I mean,
he was a puppet.
Right. Well, even in the Queen's Gambit, even though that shit wasn't true, her big
Yeah,
thing.
women are not good at chess. That's a lie. As soon as I saw this show, I'm like, this can't be based on a true story.
I'm like,
'cause
is she gonna
suck.
play or is she making sandwiches for everybody in the tournament? What the fuck is going on over here?
I was like, is she moving the pieces like this is checkers? What the fuck?
I kind of feel like Bobby Fischer was an inspiration for that story a little bit because she was a child prodigy and she had all these things, you know,
was a
this
little
mental
whore.
health. She's a little whore. But Bobby Fischer, he went nuts. He like went underground for years, and then he came back out.
I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
no,
still
he
alive, but
went
you see a picture of him more
to,
like
like-
most recently. He looks like Charles
no,
Manson.
he's dead.
Oh, he died. But if you look at a
Long
video,
time.
a picture of before he died, he looked like Charles Manson.
But
And
he
the last
didn't go
video I seen-
underground. He went to Iceland.
Yeah, well,
You want to hear the call he made on 9/11?
Yes, please.
I don't have the audio, but I have what he said.
Okay,
Because,
have a. Can we have AI say it?
do you want AI to say it?
Can you
Hi.
have? Can
Sure.
you have?
Yeah.
Can you
Can you
change
do
my
it in
voice?
Geo's voice?
No,
Yeah,
do it.
This is the greatest
You can
day
do it
ever,
in
man.
Geo's voice.
9/11.
Yeah, sure.
Make him say "Free Palestine" a bunch of times.
Within hours of the 9/11 attacks, Bobby Fischer, a native New Yorker, called a small Filipino radio station. That's hilarious. This is all wonderful news. It is time to finish off the U.S. once and for all. I was happy and could not believe what was happening. All the crimes the U.S. has committed in the world. This just shows what goes around comes around. Even all right. So this is what the
whoa.
fuck?
I pulled the act. The U.S. and Israel have been slaughtering the Palestinians for years.
All right, Bobby Fischer's name is to never be mentioned on this
Hold on.
podcast ever again.
No, why? Because he was calling it years before.
He was ahead of his time.
No, he's un-American. He's un-American.
23 years ago.
This
guy is.
This was, by the way, this was at like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
On 9/11.
Yeah.
The second tower's still up.
Yeah.
The Filipino fucking
Hold on,
towns got
read the last one.
Baguio. Fischer added that Israel and Jews had brought. First of all, Fischer.
No, finish.
Yeah, why'd you
the
get
man
frustrated with reading right there?
Let the man cook. Let the man cook.
And Jews had brought on the World Trade Center attacks. He called this
He's not
particular
wrong.
radio
He's
station.
not wrong about that.
Because he was living in Baguio City, Philippines, and had met the station manager through a mutual acquaintance, Filipino chess grandmaster Eugene Torrey. Bobby Fischer's apologists, who had dismissed previous similar outbursts, these comments were a new low that brought Fischer a virtual international persona non grata. As he should. He's a fucking traitor. All right, you're living with those fucking savages in the fucking Philippines. Fucking stay
You know
there.
what's weird? What made me make this statement earlier about them writing everything about Palestine? I was in Prospect Park this morning, taking a walk in nature. Someone spray painted on the ground, "Stop arming Israel."
Mm-hmm.
And it was just funny to me because I'm like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? But clearly, clearly.
And this is the worst part. You go out for a run in the morning for your physical and mental health, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you go out there. And why the fuck you got to see that shit? You know what I mean?
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
No.
That's freedom of
Destruction of
speech.
property is not freedom of speech. It is
It's
not
freedom of
You know what's
expression
funny?
of art.
I remember getting into a fight with a girl over that years ago in Washington Square Park. We were walking in and we weren't paying attention. It was a few of us who were walking, and the girl just screams because we were walking through the chalk that she was writing. And
Oh, yeah, she was also an emotionally disturbed person.
and so we looked down and she's
7:30.
writing.
7:30. Thank you, Billy.
She's writing that she was basically sexually assaulted at NYU's campus 5 times and no one did anything about it. And it was just one of those
She
things
didn't
where
learn from the first 4? What the fuck? Why keep going back, bitch? That's your fault.
yeah.
All right, even let's say the
And
first
gue- and
4
guess
weren't
who was
your
in-
fault.
guess
the
who was in your
fifth
class?
one was
Billy Hockman.
the Hockmeister.
Yeah.
5 for 5, I went.
Batting 1,000,
He
baby.
was one away from Jordan numbers, bro. Gotta do one more.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shorty, I was like, all right, and this is how you're going to handle it, right? Like just in the middle of the walkway of Washington Square Park
Yeah.
and get mad at people for walking down through your chalk.
I mean,
man.
go
You ever seen
stand in
that?
front of the fucking campus with a sign.
You ever seen that?
I was
lady?
sexually assaulted here
No,
5 times.
There was
Why-
a girl who did that, but her thing was she put a
Put
mattress,
the mattress to her
on
back,
her back
and carried it around.
and
Now,
was
I fuck
throwing
with
it
that.
around. But this is the best part.
I fuck with
I
that.
look into her.
Wait.
She has rape fantasies
Yeah.
with her boyfriend. People she
Yeah.
dated says she has rape fantasies.
Well, that's because she was
If
raped.
you carry around a mattress on your back, aren't you like inviting the rapist
Yeah.
to like?
Yeah, anyone could just.
Everything's set up.
They just
push you
push
up.
you down.
she was
Yeah.
asking for
She's
it.
tied to it. You know how heavy a mattress gets if you're not balanced right?
Billy Hockman, ladies and gentlemen. Billy Hockman.
Literally-
Brought the court.
Yeah,
if you
literally
build
when
it,
they be
they
like-
will come. If you build it, they will come.
Be like, what was she wearing? A mattress.
mattress, bro.
Your
You
Honor.
might as well have been naked.
Your Honor.
She wore it to her graduation. So she like
Yeah,
she dragged it
mattress,
across the
yeah.
stage at graduation.
Did she wear it to prom?
This is college.
Oh, my bad.
God damn it.
There's no prom in college? I didn't
Jesus
go.
Christ.
I didn't go. Well, Dave, you graduated from school.
Yeah.
Billy? Oh, you went to Rutgers.
Yeah.
In Jersey.
Yeah, I graduated
Yeah. Would you? What,
easily. It's not that hard.
Okay.
I was a communications.
All right. Easy now. Easy.
I'm just saying, like when you graduate, everyone's like, "Oh my god, congratulations!"
Well,
What an
communications,
achievement.
what-
Meanwhile, you're standing out there with 50,000 other people
Yeah.
that do it every single year.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Not a big deal.
No,
You weren't proud of
was-
yourself that you graduated from college.
not really. No.
It's like, are you proud of yourself for surviving a bid? No, a lot of people do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You are fucking right. I met one of Joe Harari's friends last night at the stand, he had done 2 years for some crypto shit.
Nice.
And I mean,
Isn't crypto new?
yeah, and he made it through. I was like, God damn.
Well, that makes sense
Yeah.
because all that shit was about 2 years ago. So it probably happened when it popped off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
so
got
that
home.
mean he probably home with a fat money somewhere too.
Oh yeah.
He forgot his password.
He had the aura of a man who had bread, as
Yeah.
they would say. Yeah. So communications, what is that exactly, William?
There you
Explain
go.
this to me.
Everyone's been struggling with that for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's
You
like
know,
saying finance.
Communication.
In this day and age, you got to do some crowd work. You hear all this shit. I'm in communications. I'm in marketing. I'm in advertising. I'm in this. I'm in that.
But
I don't
advertising makes sense.
Now,
But
you
when
don't-
people say finance or communications, then I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Do you-
'Cause I feel like finance is so vague.
Now you have so communications is vague too to me. So
It was journalism specifically, but it was like the
He
school
was too
of
embarrassed to
communications.
say that.
oh, so you're a journalist.
No, it's called
No.
communications.
Oh, it is?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a yeah.
I went to
substate.
college too. Come on, let's help them out. So
That's
Oh,
you
first
come
off,
in.
I got my associates from Suffolk County.
Hey,
Community
listen, I
College.
respect
you went
because
to-
this guy he
you went for
dominates me.
radio.
He dominates me in chess
Oh, yeah?
with his little pea brain, and it pisses me off.
But
But
also, though, I feel I'm gonna end up like Bobby Fischer, just like
no, you're not
playing,
You're never-
like just in Washington Square Park saying anti-Semitic.
You'll never
shit
be that
to
good at
anybody
chess, but you will call in the radio shows and say,
and say
shit like
anti-Semitic
that.
shit.
Dude, like 10 years from now, you're gonna be like, well, my comedy career didn't go the way it was supposed to because of the Jews. 100% because of the Jews.
Like, might as well take the Nick DiPaolo route.
Does he blame the Jews for stuff?
Dude, have you ever listened to him? I had to unfollow him. That
Not
dude is
since,
wild.
not since I was like 16, 17 years old.
He shocks me when I'm like, whoa, that's too
Too much for you.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Because I wouldn't say shit like that if I had his type of followers.
I mean,
I just do this because
what are
nobody's
you talking
listening.
about? If you had his type of followers, you would totally say that shit because that's what gets you paid.
No, his amount of followers.
I have
They're
thought.
all like that. Trust me.
I have thought about just going like completely like divisive, like far right. Is it far right or alt? It's alt left.
Same thing, I think.
Yeah, it's
Or-
the same,
yeah.
bro. Like if you're off to center, either way, whether you go left or right, there's not a side is right at all. Neither of them are correct. They're both just extreme, and they're too busy trying to meddle in other people's affairs. And I can guarantee you, none of their beds are made.
Oh, and they made it. And they made it.
Jordan Peterson.
Dave Temple,
hell yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. Dave Temple.
And he just looks like a big lobster right now.
Bro, everything's red. The beard, the hair.
Yeah, it's perfect. I got a little sunburn out west.
So journalism communications, you use that now?
No,
He's
not,
doing
not at all.
stand-up.
I mean, I'm doing stand-up, but it was like writing.
But you have a full-time job too, like me.
Part-time.
You work
I do
part-time.
that.
Oh, you do what Jorge
Like
does.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like a financial news show. It's boring.
Okay. All right. So like for Jill Gonzalez's show.
What?
Shit like that. Like that's what Jill does, right?
No. Well,
Does she do financial news?
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But like a ladies version.
Okay.
Real podcast.
So you know you should take no advice from that show, is what you're saying.
No, I mean,
Barbie's
she knows more
Dream
than me.
Podcast Kit.
What to do with your money, with your crypto when you get out of jail?
Although I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes I go through deep dives on YouTube of just watching because like everyone has some sort of show of them just in their house giving advice.
Right.
And anytime when I see a lady like with headphones, I stop. I just want to see what are they, I want to see the comments. I want to see everything like because I'm curious who else is out there and what corners. You know what I mean? Like it blows my mind that someone can have 600, 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, millions of views, and you've just never heard of them. You know what I mean? Like it's just not your market at all.
Everybody's famous.
I didn't
Crazy.
hear about Mr. Beast
Except me.
until like maybe 2-3 years ago, and the guy's been fucking like Instagram.
Oh yeah, I was
famous
never tapped into
for
YouTube at
years.
all.
None
ever.
of those people.
Yeah, I was tapped in. And I was tapped in, and I dismissed it. I was tapped in because of my kids. So my kids, they would always take our phones or our tablets, and they would run the views up on this shit all day long. Like
it's
once
their
they would
algorithm.
Right. Well, no, but see, that's the thing. It's on our accounts.
Yeah.
So that was why I never really paid the shit any attention because I'm like, oh well, all of your numbers are false. Like if you're selling ads saying that, oh well, you know, this is a 28-year-old man, it's like, no, it's not. It's a 28-year-old man's 3-year-old daughter
Yeah.
that is running up all of the views. This is not what I'm into at all.
3-year-old.
He's just,
Dude, my daughter was 3, like just
It's
you know?
crazy how quick they just know. They pick up a phone. They know how to use
Well, they
it.
learn it
Yeah.
from us.
Yeah.
We don't realize like when we're holding them. Most of us at this day and age, your average baby gets held while someone is doing this.
True.
So their opening thing is, well, what the fuck is that? I got to get to that thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that makes me feel big.
My
Yeah.
daughter
Yeah,
knew
I'll
how
be
to
big.
swipe before she could talk. Like I would put the phone in front of her, and you could see her move the stuff.
Yeah.
And then before she even knew how to read, she knew how to use YouTube because all she'll do, I put on like one thing for her, and then she just goes off the suggestion.
Do you think that
over and over,
Off
and
of
then
the thumbnails,
just
yeah.
load my shit
That's
up.
why thumbnails became such a big thing
Yeah.
of like most people aren't reading the titles. They just see a thumbnail and they go. Adults do that now.
Yeah.
Do you think that helps the kids like learn how to speak better in some instances, and or learn
Makes them
some good
speak
stuff?
Worse.
Worse.
Now they the
streamlines
slang.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just like before. Just like they get their own slang, like every generation,
Right.
and it just gets dumber and dumber every generation.
Your daughter talks like that?
Yeah, she talks like I feel like right now, like the 12-year-olds are talking the same as the 22-year-olds. Like that same group, they use the same word.
Like lit,
no, lit's old. Like they'll oh damn, what the fuck is?
OMG.
No, that's old.
Cuffed.
I'm trying to think of one. Sigma is a new one.
What the fuck is Sigma?
So Sigma is them saying alpha. Instead of saying alpha, be like, oh, that's Sigma.
Alpha Sigma?
I guess.
Yeah, they created a new.
What's
thing
your
now.
least favorite like young person slang?
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta have a good one.
Ick is annoying.
Ick,
I hate that
creep.
fucking word.
I hate
creep. being called
I'm
a creep.
dead. When girls say I'm dead.
Oh, that's minorities. That's
Is
that's
it?
Hispanic.
No, white girls say that. Like,
No, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
that's them
I'm saying,
trying
like,
to be. Yeah.
We used to say that. I remember that was a meme when
Oh, we stole it from black people.
Yeah, like I remember that was a big meme.
Add it
It
to
was
the list.
one. It was like a trifecta of Michael Jackson, Bernie Mac, and Whitney Houston all on the phone like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh, we all dead. So like that's how long ago that trickled down.
Wow.
You know.
So
yeah.
that's been around for a minute.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you do that, and like there was one girl, like I'll say something funny, and instead of her laughing, she'd be like, "I'm dead."
Yeah.
and I'm like,
And that's
I
how it
guess-
would be when you be on stage too.
Yeah,
They don't
that's
laugh.
what the whole
Just
crowd
everyone
just goes,
"I'm
like,
dead."
I'm dead.
That's why I stopped doing
Yeah.
colleges, man.
I
When
stopped
I
doing
got to, bro, I never forget going to college and just bombing my dick off. But then, like, checking social media and everyone had posted, oh, this was the funniest guy ever. And I'm like, oh, fuck this. I can't
do it
perform
anymore.
for that just to check social media later. And then they'd be like, this guy was hilarious.
Yeah, they're just texting their friends, LOL. LOL.
And you can feel they're different. Their social skills are different. Like also when I was doing colleges, the fear, and I get it, they're kids, but the fear of asking for a picture, and you know what I mean? Like they don't know. They're just kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it's different. Their energy.
Yeah.
Because there was always people like that, but now I feel like it's just more people. Like it's just more normal to be
Well,
like
yeah,
a little
TikTok
socially
is doing
like
that.
unaware. Or
Yeah,
awkward
because
and
everybody
shit.
can get in their car on TikTok and just be like, I'm autistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, they are
I'm
really,
neurodivergent.
they are really diagnosing themselves.
I'm Jorge. No.
Billy, you got any of that shit wrong with you?
Not to my knowledge. I took an autism test like on the internet. Do you have autism? It was one of those like, which Friends character are you?
Yeah.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
It turns out I'm the autistic.
He's like,
one.
your autistic level is Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
It said you were autistic.
It said you might be autistic.
Oh my god.
I don't trust them shits.
Yeah. I don't see you as you look people in the eyes.
Yeah, I don't think
Fucking
I'm
you-
autistic,
you're-
but
yeah.
you know the scales are different now. Like he said, everybody's autistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has autistic tendencies. But I feel like that just
But
came from
Everybody
social
also
media.
has homosexual
They-
tendencies then too.
It's
Yeah.
just so they diagnose you with something so they can
Put you on drugs.
give you a pill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want something? Huh? I got you.
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
I mean, I spent my whole childhood medicated. Like,
Oh, yeah?
Makes sense.
on all kinds of shit, and you know, and what they should have been doing is getting to the trauma, but they were like, this motherfucker is bad. All these kids are bad. Let's fucking throw some fucking tranquilizer and some soda, and fucking just let them drool all over each other. And that's basically that's how my childhood was.
He's got all that Puerto Rican in him. get it out of here. Dude, what was that movie? My girl showed me some movie about Puerto Ricans in the height, and it was like, it was bad. Like, it was funny because she grew up on, like, this
West
is a
Side
classic.
Story?
Nah.
What was it about?
It was just like families in a high rise, or not a high rise, in a
Was
building.
it in Spanish?
No, but it's a famous one. I just can't think of it. But her...
In the Heights, was it called that one? That musical one?
Was it about her family got killed and the girls like fucking running around?
It's just literally just Puerto Rican family issues, bro. Like
West Side Story?
They're all. That's what I'm saying. That's how much it is. But
Third time you
the
said
weird thing about it
from the
was
I didn't say that one yet.
Hold on.
she watched it as a kid.
Jorge, what you got? I
Was,
think
was it from the 70s?
was,
Like,
it,
old?
was it from the 70s? I think it was from like the 70s or maybe the 90s or something like that.
Breaking?
No.
Was it one of those dances?
But anyway, I was watching this movie as an outsider, like, yo, this is fucking
Horrible.
horrific.
Yeah.
You know, this is trying, and she's watching it also again as an adult, like, yeah, I know, I didn't realize this was this bad. You know what I mean? Like, not like a bad movie, but it's just like, oh, this is showcasing the worst of our family issues. You know what I mean?
right.
And like, everybody just kind of grew up thinking it was like,
Well,
oh,
bro,
this is hilarious. This is new.
Every group of people that came here, whether it was Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, when black people came here, when Jews came here, they all lived on top of each other in the tenement buildings.
Yeah.
That's just how it was. There'd be fucking 30 people in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment or maybe even a studio.
That was the other thing I wanted to
Irish
touch
people?
on.
Irish people also, yes. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm
It was
sorry,
the first
brother.
ghetto.
But that was the
Yeah.
other thing. That was the other thing that I wanted to talk about. When you say the Puerto Rican Day Parade was happening, now I watch some people live stream it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a big thing now. People just go out there with a
Yeah.
battery pack and a phone, and they just go live and just film everything. But it was like a bunch of people protesting. It's the Puerto Rican Day Parade. They paid money.
Right.
To drive their car and walk in the street with the floats,
Yeah.
but they out there like, yo, free our country, like liberate our country, and it's like, yo, you been here reaping the benefits, like you out here with your Nikes on, you know what I mean? Like you, like this is like you're not doing anything. You just yelling at everybody,
Well,
telling us we need to let it go.
And that's what I say. Fly back down to Puerto Rico and go fucking stand on the island of Vieques if you fucking want to really fight for freedom or some shit.
Yeah.
That's where the Navy's doing all that bombing testing. They might not even be there anymore. But in my eyes, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans are on the rise in this country. The ones that have came here, like they're fucking holding. They have positions in government. They're fucking great jobs. I mean, your family is a example of that.
Fast and Furious 11 is coming out.
It's gonna be back in Puerto Rico.
It was like what we were talking about before, like just getting into oppressive history and fucking sitting there. Like,
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of it. You're not a loser.
right.
You're not a loser. You're not a second-class citizen.
Right.
Like, I would have loved to hear somebody say that to like my mother or my grandmother. They would fucking.
Do you have like Kanye's slavery is a choice thing? What was your reaction when he said it versus now?
I was like, I'm glad. I don't agree with him, but it was a thing of like, yeah, ruffle these motherfuckers up. Maybe that might take to some people to just like, yo, move on. That you
He's
weren't.
a battering ram, is what he is. Like,
And he's always been that. And Jay-Z even said that about him with the Yeezus album. Because he said that when the Yeezus album came out, Jay-Z said he just changed the sound of music. He's a pioneer that way, that he goes over the hill first on the horse and comes back with a bunch of arrows in his back. Like, yo, it's a lot of them over there. But it's a lot more music that sounds like Yeezus now since that album came out. And we all was like, what the fuck is this? This guy's lost his mind.
Well,
He's ahead of his time, bro.
if you
Another
think
one.
about it, slavery as a choice is very layered.
Yeah.
It's very layered.
I think he was trying to get at that, what you guys are talking about, that
Right,
mentality.
right.
Yeah. That's probably what he was trying to do.
Because it's almost like the same thing.
'Cause
Like,
it is a choice
when you
if
look
you-
at him, who is clearly batshit crazy, and he's been batshit crazy for a long time. If he, with all of the mental shit that he's got going on, can make it out of the south side of Chicago off of really hustling his talent and what he's good at, he's no better than anybody else. You know what I mean? He's not better than any of us. You know what I mean? Other than he just put the time in and didn't succumb to the concept of, oh, well, I just stay here on the south side of Chicago because my people were slaves and this is where I belong.
Right.
Shit,
what they
Quincy
say.
Jones. Y'all, I read this dude's biography. Y'all know who Quincy Jones
Yeah,
is,
of
right?
course.
Dude, Quincy
Who
Jones.
is he?
He's from the hood.
Rashida Jones.
Not just from the hood, bro. His grandmother who raised him, she was an actual slave. Like, his grandmother was a freed slave. So he grew up eating rat and possum because his grandma didn't see nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that guy still comes out to be the guy that he is. So it's just like, Yeah, man. Somewhere there's a choice, man. And that motherfucker, some people made their choice.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That is true. If they try to enslave black people right now, would y'all just be like, all right, let's go, or y'all gonna fight? So there's always that choice.
Oh, I already know the outcome. I'm fighting. Fuck that. Yeah, go to the death.
So I think that's what he was trying to say. Like, oh, y'all chose it because y'all had another option, and that was fight.
Right.
But y'all chose not to.
Right.
That's the way I see him. That's what I thought he meant.
Right.
You know, when they always say like, we gotta do better on like voter registration laws for black people, because otherwise they won't be able to vote. Isn't that? No, I swear to God, they say it all the time.
Go ahead.
Right?
Finish it.
No, you're
Isn't
right.
that
You're right.
crazy?
Go ahead.
Like I hear that and I'm like, you don't think black people know how to get an ID?
Well, the
That's-
thing is, they first
that's-
have to teach black people how to use computers or know what computers
Oh,
is.
true.
Because they don't know. You go to the Bronx, none of them know
If
what computer.
if you were able to register for voting on PlayStation, I think it would go.
If you can make an Xbox Live account,
That is
you
a
can
good
register
point,
to
though.
vote.
Yeah. That is weird that it's not there.
If you could,
They
spit a
know
watermelon
where
seed at
everybody
your
is,
preferred
right?
candidate.
Yeah, if you can stand on the line for
if you
Jordans,
could
stand
register
on the line
through
for
World
both.
Star Hip Hop, we would get.
The most unbiased website. The most unbiased website. Your local news source. No opinions. Just videos.
That's why the army started advertising on Twitch and on like Fortnite and stuff.
They started advertisement on Call of Duty years ago.
Yeah,
that was one
buddy.
big advertisement.
Accelerate
Yeah.
our life.
Most of those guys that were playing like video games like 20 years ago are in the army right now, fucking
Controlling drones.
killing babies with drones and
Yeah.
shit.
I don't know about all that. There's no proof of that. All right, this is still a patriotic podcast here.
Oh no, I was talking about the Jews.
America.
With Palestine.
I'd love to be in the army, like World War II army. Doesn't that look fun?
Dude, I was
Yeah,
watching World War
ripping
II
cigarettes.
in Normandy. Like,
You're like, I'm gonna die. I don't care about anything.
Yeah. What's that movie? I think it's like 1913 or something like that. It's all one shot.
17.
Oh, the
1917.
one about that lost platoon.
It's just two guys
No,
that get a
no,
weird
it's-
mission. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
1917.
1917. It literally just follows two soldiers that get orders, but it's like one continuous shot, and it just starts off with these two young boys taking a nap in a field, and my God, does it get like the shit that they go through is crazy.
I'm gonna check that one out.
Yeah,
1917.
man. It's wild.
It's one take. The whole
Really?
movie's
Really?
one take. I
Yeah,
mean, I
and-
think it's presented that way. I don't know if that's
oh,
actually.
there's probably
yeah.
some movie magic.
probably
Yeah,
some-
but I
seem
mean,
like
it's
that. It seems like
it's
that,
a
yeah.
continuous, and it never stops moving. And I mean, the amount of shit that these guys go through within what, like a day and a half, 2 days, or something like that.
Another part of the argument I got into Sergio with, and I got to have him on here because I want to fucking go neck to neck with him on this shit, is he talks about that Puerto Ricans they took the island, they decided to make it a commonwealth so Puerto Ricans could fight wars for America.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Which is
TikToks.
ridiculous. Like, what motherfucking war has Puerto Rico ever fought for America? Now, Puerto Ricans have died serving America. I think the number is between 20 to 30,000.
Oh,
some of them
No,
drafted.
no.
They were involved heavily in the war on drugs.
Yeah, it's selling
They were
them.
veterans. Veterans.
Yeah, against the police and the government.
But I mean, again, and I'm not taking anything away from Puerto Rico's suffering, but that is the reason why. Like, you look at
Suffering,
North.
they're not suffering.
You
Look,
look
Trump
at
gave him fucking paper towel, man.
you
Those
look
guys are
at
good
the
right
history
now.
of Europe,
Fucking doing
Right.
great.
and you watch Christianity spread. You watch people get defeated, change their country over, change their
You seen,
language over.
Shogun? You watch that show Shogun?
So
that one's about that. That's about like
Portugal. and
It's like the
Spain.
Catholic and the Christians kind of fighting over
whatever they're
control
Protestant.
right,
of Japan.
and that's the thing. Once they conquer you, that's what it is.
So
You
this is
fight
the
for
thing.
us now, man. Like, that's just the way it's always worked.
America and Europe, white Europe, always get a lot. They catch a lot of shit when it comes to colonization, but no, like, I feel like Spain gets away scot motherfucking free.
Because they're not in power no more. They're
Bro,
just
but
a
still,
fucking party destination.
I don't know
now.
if you watched this. John Leguizamo had a one-man show about it, but it wasn't Spick and
Oh
Span
yeah,
either.
yeah,
No,
no.
it was
He
another one.
never had that. You made
No.
that up.
He did do a show.
It's the Mandela effect where he was like, it was called Spick and
It's
Span.
called Spick and
Never.
Span. But
Never.
the Spanish
was a
pulled off
two-man show.
the greatest robbery, the biggest heist in history ever. Just
Say it
with all the
again?
gold.
Who did it?
The Spanish.
They
Oh,
pulled
yeah,
off.
yeah,
They pulled off the biggest robbery and heist ever. This is,
But it was
gold,
long
platinum,
drawn out.
diamonds, very
Wait,
long
are
and
you
drawn
talking
out.
about One-Eyed Willie and his Spanish Armada?
I didn't know. Did he ride for the Spanish?
He's talking about the Goonies.
I didn't know One-Eyed Willie ride for the Spanish. Rode for the Spanish. Sailed for him. For the Spaniards, I didn't know Willie was Wilfredo.
William
Wilfredo, one-eyed Wilfredo.
William Buck. William One-Eye.
Well, the thing is this, is like, if Spain didn't go to Puerto Rico, it would still be, Tainos running around over there. You know what I
See,
mean?
all right, well, here's the thing. I get that everybody's like, they're from there, but like, no one was born on those islands.
Yeah.
No.
Someone dropped motherfuckers off there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's weird to even be like, well, this is my land. Like, no, you just kind of got left somewhere to harvest sugarcane. And, you made the best out of it. But it's like, come on, you know?
That is Dave Temple, everybody.
You got
all right, look.
It's like you settled
listen,
here. You
African
settled
American.
here. Yeah,
But if you take over a sublease of a room,
Right.
and then another room becomes empty, it's not your apartment.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, you're just the guy that's
Right.
still here.
Oh, are we back on Palestine, Israel?
I feel like, no, if
I
you're
thought we were trying to avoid that.
If you're like a pure Taino and you're upset because that will basically make you Native American, right? And you and you got some shit to say about that, then yeah, I can hear you. But if you're mixed with like Spanish, Taino, black, and all, you're just this mixture of all these people. Like, you're right, someone dropped you there, dropped some of your ancestors there. It's you're from all over. You know what I mean? Out of many people, one. I think that's the motto of Jamaica or some shit like that.
Yeah. But remember Pangea? That
No.
whole thing?
What's
Where
that?
It was just like it was one big continent.
Oh
and
yeah,
it
before
drifted apart.
everything
fucking
broke
around.
apart. Yeah.
You said that like it happened in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Remember the days of
Yeah,
Pangea?
dude, it was right before the dinosaurs.
I mean, y'all remember
went to the
Pangea,
moon,
right?
Yeah. That was before the
Pangea.
dinosaurs jumped in a spaceship.
He
And
said,
went
Are
to
dinosaurs
I
real?
consider myself a Pangean.
Nah,
Yo, I don't even
dinosaurs-
know.
They're not. They were put here
I have
by
no
God
idea what to believe about
test our
dinosaurs
faith.
anymore.
He talks about dinosaurs like they're revel scooters. They were here last year, but it was a problem, so they got rid of them.
Radio flyers.
Well, the thing is, I
The
have
Biden administration.
time is perceptive, right?
Yeah,
It's an
yeah.
illusion.
It's a flat
So
circle.
we've only been here for what, like 12 minutes?
Someone in the
calendar
chat
year?
says Pangeo.
Pangeo, pansexual Geo.
Yeah. So we can before we get to this last topic, Billy, tell everybody where they can find you. We'll do plugs. And Natalie, I know I fucked up at the beginning.
Yeah, I meant to.
All right.
At BHOC Comedy. That's where you can find me. And The Adventures of Billy and Clyde. Check that out.
You said B-hop?
BHOC.
Oh, B-Hock.
H-O-C-K.
I'm about to say,
The
like,
spellers
Bernard
out
Hopkins, good for you. Man.
Yeah.
Take that. He don't know nothing about
The
computers.
executioner, Billy Hockman. Dave.
That's it.
I'm Dave Temple on all social media platforms. Check out the podcast, No Need for Apologies, here on the Gas Digital Network. And, check out the link in the bio. See some road shows, Got a couple dates coming up.
Geofis.
July 12th, I'll be opening up for Karen Feehan at Rodney's in New York City. Come out to that. It's going to be a dope show.
I have, you could come, just follow me at Derek Drescher on Instagram. Click my link tree, but I will have some headlining stuff coming up in July. It'll be in my link tree soon. One upstate New York and then one in Jersey, I believe, at Rutherford. So going forward, though, the code OTG14, you're only going to get that for a limited time now. I think we are switching from the free code. It'll go back to regular OTG from there if you use that to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already to Gas Digital, please do that. But OTG 14 is nearing its end. Also, we will be going back to our original time where we will be releasing the episode on YouTube at midnight on Friday. That's Friday morning. Thursday into Friday. Go ahead, Matt.
Now the Monday is going to be the public one. That one goes live on YouTube, like Derek said, and then the Thursday's time will be the Gas exclusive episode.
Yeah, whatever.
I was just adding to what
I know.
you said.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You got it all.
So, all right, we're coming into something very interesting. All right, something very. I am around a lot of liberals and social justice warriors through both of my jobs outside of the work I do in comedy and podcasting. Donald Trump has been he has been convicted of these felonies, correct? They found him guilty of them. Now, so there is a chance possibly that he will be incarcerated, but there is also he can also run for president while incarcerated. There was a man back in the day called Eugene Debs that ran for president while he was incarcerated, and he actually got 1 million votes. I believe it was in the 1900s at some point. Great guy. One of my favorite quotes I've ever heard, and he says, As long as there is a criminal element, I am of it. As long there is a lower class, I am in it. And as long as there is a soul in prison, I am not free. Right? Great quote. I love that fucking quote. Now, if Trump does run for president while he is incarcerated, if he in fact
and wins,
well, even if he just runs, I feel like a lot of the people on the left will be like, why do we? He's a convicted felon. He's a convicted felon.
And more people are going to vote for him.
That's going to make me go, oh, really?
Let me vote for him.
Because everyone's been fighting for so long with this bail reform and all this shit to just let criminals free. Let them out there. But now you're going to have an issue with it because somebody you don't like is going to run and possibly win for president.
That would be so dope. If he wins and runs the country from jail, that would be the most
That'd be the president that we need.
God,
it's exactly who we deserve, man. Especially with all the PPP loans floating out there that people are kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like, that we need a leader like that who steals money. That's
honest about it.
Yeah, we are all fucking. This is the house. This is the den that we live in, man. Like, absolutely.
It is a house of thieves.
Before Trump, you ask anybody, be like, "What do you want in a politician?" We just want an honest politician that says what it is.
He
and
don't
says how
get
they
more
feel.
honest than that.
As soon as they got that, they're like, "Whoa, slow down."
That motherfucker
Well,
is the blueprint.
Billy is wearing all red, and he's saying something without speaking. So I.
What?
Make workers great again.
What? MAGA, baby. No, I'm voting for RFK, dude.
There you go.
For real?
Yeah.
What is RFK run? Was he independent?
I don't know. I saw him. He was on Kill Tony.
He's on everything.
Came out
man.
on Kill Tony.
Whatever
That's smart.
podcast you
Recently?
want.
That's smart. Bro, when I saw at the
At the
beginning,
forum.
it was hard to get coverage on, and like if you were running earlier, you know what I mean? But the places that they were having to show up, the places that people have had to go to get votes lately has been crazy. So watching, like, there was two guys who were running earlier that were like on the Breakfast Club, and they were getting their asses handed to them. You know what I mean?
By who? By Charlemagne?
Nah, they had
RFK
some
was on
other.
the Breakfast Club. Sorry.
Huh?
I said RFK was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, they
This
had
motherfucker's
some.
making his rounds.
They had some angry chick on there that was just really. She was really pushing the button. She didn't last long.
Black lady? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who else? I remember even before that when Bernie Sanders was running, this motherfucker had to go on Instagram Live with Cardi B to try to get votes, bro.
He's
And
the
it
new
was just
Bernie
like,
Sanders.
Oh
what
my
the
God,
fuck?
what's up, Bernie Sanders?
Bro, at one point the call gets interrupted because her mom called in and she go, "Ooh, I'm sorry, that's my mom." And he's just like, "Oh, okay. Tell your mother I said hi."
And then
like,
she
what
comes
the
back on
fuck?
twerking.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this is
That's
the
very
game
nice,
that we
Cardi B.
played, though.
The thing about Bernie Sanders is,
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for him because he's gonna take care of the Bronx.
Because he went on
Right.
Instagram Live with me. It's
This is
fucking
what I want to
insane.
see from you, Bernie. This is what we want to see. And you go like, Jesus
Try to
Christ.
make greaseless chicken, Bernie Sanders. I'm tired of getting my hands oily.
No, the grease is the best part. Are you out
I'm
of
tired
control?
of going to John Fried Chicken and leaving with greasy fingers. Bernie.
I'm trying. What's funnier, Trump in an orange jumpsuit or Trump in one of those black and white prison outfits with like the ball? And
I think the
chain?
orange jumpsuit is hilarious because of the hair.
Yeah.
Just because of the orange hair.
Well, I feel like if he gets locked up, he's going to be in MDC in Brooklyn.
And also,
Yeah.
wait, is that place still open?
Yes.
Did they shut that down because
No.
of the heating thing and all that?
They're open and it's back.
Didn't yeah,
right on the water
Is
in
Trump,
Brooklyn.
Is he a natural ginger? Is he?
I think so. I don't think he dyes it.
There's not
'cause
much
it's looking a
natural
little
about
pink.
it.
You think he got a good hairline under that? Because I feel like he has the money to fucking.
Yeah, but he doesn't care.
Nah, he's doing it
Oh,
right.
he cares.
You think
You
he's
think
just
he cares
a
about his
comb
hair?
Oh, dude, are you serious? Yeah, he
No,
cares.
bro, because of the wind. The wind.
The
would
wind
knock
fucks
that
him
shit
up.
Yeah.
The wind fucks his shit up for sure. Yeah.
He
I mean,
cares
what
about
is-
his physical appearance a lot.
What is it holding him back from, though? You know what I mean? What is that hair stopping him from? He's getting the women that he. I mean, his wife, she stopped touching him, but he still likes to have her around. You know
Fake
what I mean?
news. That's fake news.
Yo,
Yeah.
I've seen her not fucking hold the hand a few times.
So what? She's still there, which is enough. That's like saying like to a pimp, you know your hoe doesn't like you.
Yeah.
So what?
Isn't she like Russian?
Oh, fuck, this bitch don't like me. She gonna do what I say.
Yeah, because he's not simping over her.
That's perfect. That is perfect.
Temple takes, baby.
Isn't she like Russian or some shit?
She's one of them
That,
shits.
yeah, Russian, she's like
And
a
then-
Russian mail
They
order
don't
bride.
have-
Yeah, that's how they don't
have
hold
no
hands.
emotions.
They
Yeah.
don't hold
I believe the
hands.
daughter converted to Judaism also because she
Smart.
married a Jew. So I mean,
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a funny guy too, man.
yo, you like him?
Well, no, I don't like him, but he's on the blueprint, and I love. he's a prime example of what New York is.
Right.
So he owns a shit ton of like apartment complexes,
Real estate,
down in like Maryland, Delaware, and they're all shithole places. But he uses that rent money to ball out here in New York.
Right.
He's not a good businessman. He just, he made some good investments. But the funny thing, they were like going to some of his units in like Maryland.
Slumlord.
Yeah. But these people, that most of it, it's like poor white trash also.
Yeah.
So these are people who are active Republican, Trump supporters,
right.
but they're living in Trump's son-in-law's roach-infested, slap-to apartment buildings, and they're like, nah, man, make America great again. And it's like, Jesus fucking,
That's
we
true.
y'all deserve it.
Nah,
Enjoy.
but they get what they pay for, though.
Exactly.
Because if they're broke,
the only thing scarier
it's
than a
probably like a lot
regular
of
ghetto,
government
But the fact that
assistance
he's
and shit.
like, we're not talking about like small apartment buildings. We're talking like 40, 50 unit buildings.
Towers.
Yeah.
Right, no, like the spread out massive ones. Like, you ever seen The Wire?
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Also,
Yeah.
like 6th floor fucking
The
just
low
spread
rises.
out.
Yeah, low rises.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like sprawled out, and I mean making no repairs, but
Right.
collecting mad rent,
and
just
from Section
balling
8 and all
out
that
here in
shit.
New
Dude,
York.
it's not. It's expensive out here, bro. You gotta respect the hustle, man.
But
It's
yeah,
expensive.
especially when you go leverage your own people. Like, I respect that all day. It's just like a drug dealer. Like, yes, I'm selling you crack. I gotta eat.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I'm destroying your community. I don't give a fuck.
I got tuxedo events to go to.
A poor white neighborhood is a scary thing.
Yeah.
Is a scary thing. Yeah.
Depending on what color you are.
A white ghetto.
Because if you're white in a white ghetto, it's almost the same as being. If you're black in a white ghetto,
You kidding me?
it's
We roll
almost the
up
same
into
as
one of
being
those poor
opposite.
spots up in Boston, if there's still any left.
I'd
We're gonna
say
get.
it's scary because it's a big eye opener of America. Like, oh, they really just don't give a fuck. It's not about a race thing. You know what I mean?
They're
It's
like legit retarded.
Right. And they're like, but
They
I mean,
don't have an excuse.
But I'm saying, like, if the government don't care about these white people,
Right.
they definitely don't give a fuck about my black ass or y'all brown asses. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure. Yes.
Doesn't the
100%.
thing with Trump, doesn't it feel a little bit like a baited hook, though? Like, they're making it so, like, you want to vote for him. So
Bro,
bad.
they're just
'Cause
they're
just
blowing up
because
the election.
Biden is, like, dead.
Right. Yeah.
And, like, with all this charging Trump and arresting him, it's like everybody loves an underdog story. It almost feels like too good to be true. Where
Yeah.
like, do they want him to be president in some weird way?
I mean, a lot of people would get their writing jobs back if he became president again.
Yeah, a lot of people would make money.
Yep. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to see what happens.
Me too.
Throw this jail thing just puts a whole.
I'm just curious,
I'm
like,
in.
when will they stop with enough stuff that we can actually focus on? Was the election in
Never.
like 3 weeks?
Never.
They gotta start. They gotta start debating soon.
It's coming up, right?
Sounds like gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's gonna be over Zoom.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be. They're gonna do it over
What do they
Zoom
call
so
it?
they can have somebody else do
Riverside.
do like a
I'll
Joe
be honest
Biden.
with you, though.
They're gonna have Kyle Dunnigan do Joe Biden for him and be like, just read the script, Kyle. Don't try to improvise.
Yeah, no. If he does run from jail, if Trump runs from jail, then fuck that. I'm voting for him.
I'm
I just
voting
want to see
for
that
him.
happen.
Damn.
I just want to see that happen.
Are you registered as an independent?
I'm a convicted felon. I can't vote.
Oh, yes, you can. In
New
here in
York,
New York,
you
you
can.
can now. You're allowed.
I'm not a resident in New York.
If
Just live
Trump
here.
runs from jail, his slogan can be "Orange is the new black."
There you go. There you go.
Orange is the new red. He starts making orange MAGA hats.
Natalie put an asterisk next to that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna wrap up this episode, and then if you guys gotta go use the bathroom or whatever, go do that. And then if you want to stick around, nice, beautiful. That's America, baby. Ball games, fucking glizzies.
Whoa,
Why are you gay?
that's a long
With
glizzy.
the tinted lenses. Jesus
you
Christ,
ask
you look like a pedophile.
Did they have to go to the back?
Transitioned on it.
I want to make fun of. I want to join in making fun of him, but I want a hot dog right now. I just got hungry. I'm like, I want a glizzy.
I want a normal size hot dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that Yankee Stadium?
That was Yankee Stadium. Yes.
I go
Yep.
for chili cheese.
Every
right
time I go, I gotta get the foot long glizzy. I get the foot long glizzy, take it down in 2 bites.
now. Dude, every time,
for real?
Oh yeah,
every time,
what do you put on it?
what do you
just
get?
mustard.
Nice.
Just mustard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Regular. Every time I see a Sonic, I have to stop and get the Coney and then the Chicago dog,
Okay.
double fist.
That is
For Happy Gay History Month.
that is our episode, everybody. Thank you very much, Natalie, Jorge. Thank you. Take care. All right, you guys.